Hello everyone, welcome to our video tutorial about creating forms. In this tutorial we are going to learn how we can create the forms using the form command. To follow this tutorial you can open our database. If you don't have, then create a new database and you follow the tutorial. So we shall click to open it. Then we shall still work with this table. If I can double click to open. So this is the table we are going to use in order to create our form. To create a form, we just go to the create tab. We click on it. So when you click on the create tab, we shall be working with the forms group. And in this tutorial, specifically, we are dealing with this option for form. So to create our form, we shall click on that option. Then we shall have our form created. So when you create the form, your form opens in what we call the layout view. So how do I know that this form is opened in the layout view? So you check that from the status bar. Our status bar is reading layout view. So from this layout view we can apply some formatting and maybe decide to arrange the fields in our form. Then another thing we have to know about this form is that when you create it, it displays the content or the records that you have in your table. So these are the contents as we can see. So with this form, now if we talk of applying some formatting to it, let's try to do that. Then to select this form, the whole of it, we use this selector. So when you click on it, then you have the whole form selected. You can decide to apply grid lines. If we click on that option for grid line, then we say both to make sure that the whole form is having the grid lines. So after clicking both, when you click aside, you can now see that our form has the grid lines. Still, from this form, you can decide maybe to change the font size. If we select the whole form, then you go to font size tool and say 14. Then you can see that you're increasing the font size. You can also change the font style. For instance, you say I want it to be in that style. When you click on it, then we see also the font style are changing. Then where we see November, this is the header area. So this is the header for this form. Then this is the form tab where we see November. So besides the tab, we look below here. We have also the navigation buttons that can help us to move within the form. And when you use this option for creating your form, it means that once you create, you will have one record displayed for you. So at the moment, the record we have is for this individual we see here, and the ID and the remaining details. So if you want to view other individuals, then we shall use this navigation buttons to click to go to the next person, which is James. And from our navigation buttons, we are seeing that we have got 10 records in our form. So to view all of them, you just keep on clicking as you are seeing the names changing or the records changing. So when you click up to the last individual, it will even show you 10 of 10, and this is our last record in this form. To go back to the first one, you use this option to take you to the first record and you will be there. So there are a lot of formatting options that you can use as we see from our screen, but we shall not exhaust them. Now another view of the form is the form view. if we click on this form view, we shall see that there is a change in our form. When you go back and check, you will see that the active option is the form view. So from the form view, this is just like the normal view of the form, where you can view the contents. Like right now we are seeing what is in the form, where you can edit. Assuming you had made some error in some records, you just click and edit the error, where you can go ahead and add more records if you want. That is by using this option of creating a new record. Then just like in the other layout view, you can still move within the form and you see the remaining record. So that is what the form view does. Allows you to view the records, allows you to go ahead and edit the record. It also allows you to add more records in the form. Then our last view of the form is this design view. So we shall go to the design view, we click on it. So when you click on the design view, this is how the design view is displayed for you. So with this design view, you can do a lot of customization or setting. So you work with the underlying structure of the form. So from this view, you are unable to see the contents, but you will be working with the fields of the form to make settings and so on. So in this view, you do customize or you put some settings that you want. You will not be interacting with the real data that you have in your form. So if you want to reduce or to modify these fields, then you can move this pointer to the extreme end of this area. So if those double arrows appear, you can click hold then to reduce those fields. So when you release, then you will see that the field is reduced. Then where we see November, this is the form header, as we can see from this area. So you can also edit the form header if you want. You can change it from November and maybe call it workers wage form. So when you're done with typing, then you can click anywhere and then the header will be saved there. Then this area, this is what we call the form controls. So with this form control group, they help you to create some controls on your form. Then this one is the property sheet. So this property sheet button helps to display and hide the property sheet. So when you click on it, this is what we are calling the property sheet. So to hide it, you click on it again, then the property sheet will be hidden. Then looking at this button which you are seeing, reading add existing lists fields. So this option helps you to also work with the lists that are in the field. For example, you want to know the field lists. So when you click on it, then the names of those fields will be displayed for you. So if you want to edit the table, you can use that option. So to hide these lists, then you can click on it once again. So those are some of the important features that we shall be using as we continue with this tutorial. So that is briefly with the form design. We are going to interact with this form design in the coming tutorials. So if we can open our form once again in the form view. So when you click on it, we get back to the form view. Then we can see one of the customization we made from the form design is also now reflected from this form view. So that's how you can work with that form design view option. Now if you want to save this form, maybe we want to call it workers form. Now to save this form, we just come and right click from that form tab, then we click on save. When we click on save, this save as dialog box is displayed for us, and we are supposed to go ahead and put the name of the form. So to put the name of the form, we shall just press on the backspace key to remove that information. Then we type the name of the form as workers form. So when you're done with typing, right now it is reflecting November, but when we click on OK, it will change now to workers form, because that's what you wanted the name to be. If you want to delete this form, then you have to first of all close it using that button, then go to the navigation pane, select that form, right click, and then move and say delete. Then to rename it, you just come and use this option of renaming. So to delete, you click on delete option, then this dialog box will be displayed for you. Then you can confirm if you want to permanently delete the form. So when you say yes, it means that you cannot undo your action. So if you are not sure, then you will say no, I don't want to delete. Once it is deleted, you cannot bring it back. So that's how we can work with the form when created. So this is a table, and here we have our form. So we have got two objects in our database, and that is the table and the form. All I can tell you is to keep on trying, practicing working with these objects when you are working with database. Hope you found this video tutorial helpful to you. That's it for now. See you in our next tutorial.